There is a new entrant in the Indian two-wheeler market, and even though it is from China, for a change it is not an EV company. The brand in question is Keeway Motors, which made its debut in the country a few days back. Now, the company is owned by Jiang Group, which also owns Benelli and Volvo cars in the global scale. While you might not have heard about Keeway Motors before, the company is said to be present in over 60 countries and boasts of a portfolio of 125 to 500cc motorcycles. Yes, they even have an EV on offer, but that's not what they brought to the table in India. Instead, Keeway Motors will begin their operation with 3 petrol-powered offerings. There is a motorcycle and 2 scooters, and we will tell you all about them in this video. Before we begin, do hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on anything hot and happening in the two-wheeler world. Let's begin with Keeway's motorcycle offering, the K-Light 250V. Now that name is pretty misleading for a motorcycle that derives its styling from the Harley-Davidson Fat Boy. It gets a cruiser body style with a muscular fuel tank with the instrument cluster in the center, a wide handlebar, forward set foot pegs and low seat to make the riding position traditionally cruiser-like. Further, the K-Light 250V's blacked out components, cropped rear fender and twin exhaust complete its look. The most interesting bit on the motorcycle comes in the form of its engine. The K-Light 250V is powered by a 249cc V-twin engine, which is the first in its segment. This air-cooled motor churns out 18.7 bhp and 19 Nm. Now, this output is much lower than what you'd expect from that type of engine, and in fact is much closer to what the R15 offers with its 155cc motor. While we are yet to ride it to see how it performs, we can expect it to have an appeasing exhaust note, to say the least. The other offering is a scooter dressed up in proper retro style and aptly named the Sixties 300i. It sports a curvy design language that is reminiscent of the Lambrettas and Vespas of yore. While most of its design is clean and retro inspired, the front end and the rear section looks quite quirky and futuristic at the same time. What makes the Sixties 300 look even more attractive and unique is its long wheelbase and low stance, coupled with the blacked out wheels and underpinnings. For added convenience, Keeway is offering underseat storage space enough to store a helmet along with 2 glove boxes up front. What's more, the fuel filler cap is placed on the floorboard between the rider's feet. Unlike the one on the Aerox, there is still decent amount of space on the 300i to keep some groceries. Now, powering the scooter is a 278cc liquid-cooled engine that is capable of churning out 18.7 bhp and 22 Nm. Now, these are impressive numbers for a scooter, even though it weighs 146 kilos. But with a seat height of 790 mm, the scooter should be manageable for most riders too. As for features, the Sixties 300i is equipped with a dual-channel ABS and a semi-digital instrument cluster that has a tastefully retro shape. Powered by the same 278cc engine that does duty on the Sixties 300i is the Vieste 300. Although it comes in a more modern and Maxi scooter avatar. It features sharp and edgy lines and creases all over its bodywork. It also gets an aggressive front end with split LED headlamps and a tall windscreen to further add to its Maxi scooter appeal. The Vieste also sports an underbone chassis with a fuel filler cap between the rider's legs and a large seat for both the rider and the pillion. Nonetheless, the scooter weighs the same as its retro counterpart at 147 kilos, but comes with a larger 12-litre fuel tank. In terms of features, Keeway is offering the Vieste 300 with a car-like instrument cluster that includes an LCD screen between the twin analog pods. It also gets a dual-channel ABS as standard. The offerings from Keeway Motors do not have any direct rivals, thanks to their unique body style and engine displacement. In addition to that, all 3 offerings also have tempting price tags. You can see the model specific prices on your screens right now. What do you think about these prices? Let us know in the comments below. For the specs and features that they offer on paper, they do seem like an interesting proposition. Now, Keeway Motors will sell their 3 offerings through Benelli showrooms across the country and are currently accepting bookings for a token amount of Rs 10,000. While these were just our first impressions on the brand and their offerings, stay tuned for our reviews that are expected to come out sometime next month. Until then, do let us know what you think about Keeway Motors and the motorcycle and the 2 scooters in the comments below.